Welcome to the home of the Blues, Memphis, Tennessee. It's qualifying time for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series.
Colin Braun now on the racetrack. Colin struggled a little bit in practice. He was only 16th quickest. The first 7 races this year, he only had 1 race out of the top 10 in qualifying. The last 3 races, he's been 14th, 12th, and 13th.
And of course, Colin Braun getting his first win in the Camping World Truck Series at Michigan, and a huge win for that team. Getting back into victory lane. Colin Braun now trying to ride that momentum. Phil, how important is it to qualify up front at this racetrack?
Well, you know, sometimes you say, well, you know, you can start back in the back and still do well. Well, we haven't had a winner start from beyond 8th, I don't think, at this racetrack. Actually, out of the top 10.
Yep.
We've had 7 of the 8 qualify in the top 5.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. The average starting position of the winner at this racetrack is 3.4. So a top 3 starting position has been very critical to finding success at this racetrack. Ray Dunlap.
And Rick, listening to the Conway Ford yesterday between Colin Braun and Mike Beam on the radio, Colin said he felt like the right rear of the truck was just not down into the racetrack, and they worked an awful lot on that truck to try to change the way it handled in the corner, but never really found a combination that Colin was happy with. And he said he thinks he just doesn't know the entry points at this racetrack to make it go fast.
Colin Braun has the top speed and time in qualifying for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, 23.153.
Colin Braun feeling good about his lap at the top of the board, and you said I'll stay there till Hornaday goes out. You satisfied with the effort?
Well, you know, considering where we were yesterday with this number 6 Conway Freight True LTL truck, we struggled really bad yesterday. We got our truck driving a lot better here for this qualifying run. I feel like it was kind of a big surprise for our whole team to qualify that well. So I know until Hornaday goes, I think we'll be in good shape, but I know he's up soon, so we'll see.
Good luck.
Thanks.
He doesn't have to wait long because Ron Hornaday is on the racetrack right now.
We'll find out. Welcome to Memphis Motorsports Park. It is a hot one here, but we expect that when you go short track racing with the Truck Series. Welcome to the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, MemphisTravel.com 200, presented on speed by Valvoline. We also have 5 in trucks, one of those being on board with Mike Skinner in his Toyota onboard. He will start 3rd. Our Valvoline Ford onboard of Colin Braun, he will start 5th.
Matt Crafton makes a move to the inside of Colin Braun.
Colin Braun running that outside line. Phil, are we going to see many guys work the outside line at this racetrack?
Well, I think typically you want to be on the bottom of the racetrack, but we saw Eric Almirola hold on to that third spot from the outside. Colin Braun's trying to fight off Matt Crafton, not able to do it. It's going to allow Rick Crawford to move to the inside.
Side-by-side battle here. David Starr on the inside. Timothy Peters on the outside, and that number 17. Those two are battling for the 9th spot.
David Starr had a very, very good truck in practice. He was one of the fastest trucks in practice. Qualified back in the 14th spot, but he was the first truck to go out for qualifying.
And just a moment ago, you were documenting the battle between Todd Bodine and Johnny Sauter. Sauter's bunch really felt like they had a pretty good truck coming in here today. And while he's never been in a truck at Memphis, he has a handful of Nationwide Series starts, many resulting in top 5 finishes, including a 3rd a few years ago. It looks like driver 13 on the move around Todd Bodine and looking to the inside of youngster Colin Braun.
Thank you, Adam.
And Adam, that position changes back as Sauter goes by Setzer, but way in front of them is the 6 truck. He was right in the middle of that battle. That's Colin Braun, but he said he's a little bit loose on entry, but where he's really having his trouble is in the center. He's about a number 8 on a scale of 1 to 10, very tight in the center. He's told Mike Beam they're going to need big adjustments on that Conway Ford.
And Mike Beam can do it too. Mike Beam won this race with Travis Quapple a couple years ago with this same number 6 truck. So you get about 2 to 1. You get about 2 caution laps for every green flag lap. So you get enough caution laps to get you in your window.
Saw Stacy Compton in that 60. Now we see the teammates, Timothy Peters in the 17 and the 11 of TJ Bell running nose to tail on the racetrack. That's 9th and 10th.
Here's Todd Bodine right there, the Copart on board. Todd right now being shown back in the 13th position. Good battle right there. Rick Crawford gets to the inside of Colin Braun.
Two Fords running side by side. Crawford on the inside, Colin Braun on the outside. Crawford looking for that Elvis trophy. Would be the prize, I'm sure, of his trophy collection.
Todd has a great view of this battle. Looks like Rick's going to get it.
Crawford able to take that position away. So he is up to 11th. Colin Braun drops back to 12th. Rick Crawford now looking to the inside of that 11 of TJ Bell.
Boy, Rick looks to have a good truck right here. The Durostar Ford. We know how much he would love to get that trophy.
Winning in Memphis, I think, would rate right up there with that win that he won at Daytona back in 2003. He's grabbing this trophy here, the Elvis, which has always been Rick Crawford's favorite performer. So it could be a close call as we wind down the final laps of racing here at Memphis Motorsports Park. Again, this could be the third win for Ron Hornaday at this facility and the second in a row. He won the Elvis Trophy a year ago in dominating fashion. He led 139 laps in that race. He has already led 167 in this race tonight.
These two trucks right here have been battling since we restarted. Johnny Sauter, the Fun Sand Chevrolet, the 13 and the 6 of Colin Braun, the Conway Ford. And there's the Copart Toyota of Todd Bodine. That's going to join this battle. That's 8th, 9th, and 10th right here.
8th, 9th, and 10th. You could throw a blanket over the three trucks as they work down the front straightaway. Again, Todd Bodine and Ron Hornaday involved in the Copart Challenge of Champions. Go to Copart.com for that race. And this is a big battle right now between 8th, 9th, and 10th. A caution comes out on the racetrack. Take a look at that. That's Dennis Setzer in the 8 sliding through the infield, as well as the 81 of Taylor Malsom is stopped on the racetrack. Third place finish for David Starr. As we look at our unofficial results, Hornaday another win. Brian Scott, an impressive second place finish.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to mention Ron Hornaday's general manager and spotter, Rick Corelli, will make the trip out to the West Coast next week. He will be inducted in the West Coast Racing Hall of Fame. Some very exclusive company out there and a very deserving guy in Rick Corelli.
Timothy Peters with another top 10 finish. Take a look at our point standings through this, the 11th race of the 2009 season. 76 points separating the top two, Hornaday and Crafton. Skinner moves up a spot.
Remember, we had 4 drivers within 90 points coming into this race.